Greetings, 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 good people. It is finally Friday. Okay, happy Friday. It's July 12th, the year is 2024, and it's time for another episode of the What the Friday show. Okay, if you happen to be watching the replay, as you're coming in, please pay your admission fee by hitting the like button. Okay, I'm going to wait until YouTube does what it does and send out notifications. Okay, you can catch me here usually each and every Friday at 9:15, or 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I basically go live, interact with some of my OG, triple OGs, and some of my new royal family members, and we just kick it, talk about everything that's been going on in the week. I recap and go over some of the videos that I dropped in the week, but this time I get to communicate with you guys in real time. Shout out to Sagittarius D. That's a OG, triple OG. How you doing? Hey, girl. Hey. Okay. So it looks like YouTube is sending out the notifications. So some of you are rolling in. I don't really like to wait. I don't like to wait the 2-minute mark. I just like to get straight into it. I mean, the title, I threw together the title last minute, but I did have the topics lined up. I want to talk about Diddy. There is a lot of more allegations coming out. And I don't know, are you guys tired of hearing about Diddy? So I want to talk about Diddy. His mother has been hospitalized. Okay, that is extremely unfortunate. I want to touch on that. Tyler Perry dropped a new movie on Amazon Prime, Divorce in Black. Okay, stars Megan Good, Corey Hardrick, which is Tia Mowry's ex-husband. There were a couple of other people in the movie as well. So I want to touch on that. I want to know if you guys saw it. I'm going to share my thoughts without giving spoilers, but I'm going to give you a warning. There probably will be spoilers. Who else we got on the lineup? Simon and Portia are acting ghetto and immature. I don't even care if they're getting a divorce. I absolutely don't care. And Fallon, who is Simon Guobbadia's ex-wife, she had things to say about Portia. Why? I don't even know. What else we got on the lineup? Oh, Eddie Murphy, the married white, y'all. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. I also wanted to talk about Miss Netta, and Charles. I know that that's far off from my usual topics, right? But I thought that this was very interesting. The thoughts that I had were very interesting surrounding Miss Netta and Charles. So I'm going to talk about that. I got a couple of other hot topics sprinkled in between. So we're at the 2-minute mark, approaching the 3-minute mark. So if you're watching the replay, please hit the like button. If you're rolling in, your admission fee is hitting the like button. Drop it in the comments. Say hello. Share your thoughts and opinions. All right. So before we get to those juicy topics, I like to give you some news that you could use. Okay. So I thought that this was interesting. AT&T says that hackers stole records of nearly all cellular customers' calls and texts. Do you guys have AT&T for your cellular service? I don't. Okay. And this is very unfortunate. There was a huge data breach not that long ago, right? Am I tripping? It was not that long ago that there was a huge data breach. This is another one, I guess. I remember AT&T was down a couple months ago. All AT&T customers couldn't use their devices. So nearly every AT&T cellular network customers call and text message records dating back 6 months were stolen by hackers. A firm revealed on Friday. So this is interesting. How do things like this happen? AT&T is a household name, a reputable brand. What happened? Why you guys don't have top-notch, top-tier security? And this is interesting that this is being broadcasted the closer we get to election. I don't know. I guess I'm a conspiracy theorist. So somebody said, let me sign up for this lawsuit. Someone else said AT&T needs to get the ish together. For them to be a multi-billion-dollar company, they sure do get breached a lot. I agree. And it's almost like they just let it happen. This is not the first time that this has happened. Agreed. And I'm not an AT&T customer, so I mean, it is unfortunate. What do you guys think? Are you guys customers of AT&T? All right, let me move along. And if you are a customer of AT&T, that's me expressing, heartfelt emotion for y'all that y'all information was leaked. Now, let me move on. Let me tell you what I know People are crazy. I know that for certain. Okay. For absolute certain. I know that people are crazy. This story was circulating earlier this week, or a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact. And I thought it was absolutely positively disgusting. I did want to save it until Friday to kind of, go over this and talk about it and get your opinions and your thoughts. So a Philadelphia man, he surrenders after allegedly ejaculating on a woman's leg during her Dollar Tree visit. People are walking around here and they're not right. I know some people thought that it was so crazy that it was funny. I get that. Sometimes your default emotion is to laugh at things that are absolutely ridiculous. The video was circulating. I did not watch the video. I was actually reading the comments, reading the articles such as this one. So let's get into it if you haven't heard, right? So Gary A. Miles, who's 35 of Southwest Philly, surrendered to Philadelphia authorities in connection with an indecent, assault at a Dollar Tree store located yada yada. Okay, and this happened June 23rd, 2024, right? So last month. The disturbing incident, partially captured on a video that recently went viral, depicted Gary allegedly relieving himself on a woman's leg inside the store, prompting widespread outrage and a community-led effort to locate the suspects, right? I thought that that was interesting that the community decided to band together to find this guy. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I think that it's very interesting. Anyway, reading on. After the video circulated on the internet showing the alleged victim screaming and chasing Gary into the parking lot, Philadelphia police announced that his voluntary surrender on July 10th. So he surrendered, to the authorities this month. So a police spokesperson thanked the public for their help in locating Miles, who is known to frequent the area where the incident occurred. Okay, among those who assisted police with Philadelphia native rapper Meek Mill, who offered a $2,000 reward for information leading to Miles's whereabouts. Let's play Manhunt with him today in Philly's Some Community Service. I got 2 bands for his low, but you got to connect. That's what Meek Mills posted to his social media, which of course alerted fans, supporters, and onlookers or viewers, that there was a cash reward for locating this guy. So upon surrendering, Miles was booked on indecent assault, indecent exposure, open lewdness, and harassment charges. So what do you guys think about this? I mean, I don't think that any of you, because I know the royal family members have sense, I don't think that any of you would find this amusing or other, it's disgusting. Bottom line is absolutely positively disgusting. This man is sick and this man definitely needs help. Will he get the help that he needs? The world may never know, but I do feel sorry for the young lady who this happened to. I know that's extremely embarrassing, and I know that she was extremely upset, rightfully so. So I hope he gets prosecuted to the fullest extent. But I do think that he needs help as well, because that's not normal. I don't care how comical some may find it. It's not normal. It's not. All right, moving along. Speaking of not normal, y'all, this story was wild. Okay. So this is the neighborhood talk. I saw this on their Instagram page. So 2 women are facing M-word charges. I almost slipped up and said it, child. M-word charges after taking out their sugar daddy. Okay. They use his severed thumb to steal money from his bank account. Let's let this white man tell y'all the story. Like to hear it? Here you go.
With one of his thumbs missing. Court documents spelling out a vicious and sordid story. Graham was found murdered in his 3rd-floor bedroom at the Rolling Terrace Apartments on Peabody Street in Northwest D.C. That was on April 5th. His body covered in glass fragments. Authorities say he'd been dead for several days.
Oh, my.
Charged with first-degree murder while armed are 19-year-old Audrey Miller, arrested in Hagerstown a month ago, and 22-year-old Tiffany Taylor Gray. She was arrested July 1st in Bowie. In court filings in support of the murder charges, police submitted these surveillance images from the victim's apartment building, showing him with the green arrow and who they say is suspect Miller pointed out in red on the day of the murder. Other images capturing the suspects and at least 2 men who have not been charged in this case, often concealing their faces with masks, taking items from Teclamarian's home. According to those court documents, detectives initially tracked the suspects to this motel in Laurel. Police say the victim's stolen cell phone was traced to this location. The suspects also staying at an apartment complex in College Park. All that information, the surveillance images, and those witnesses who know the suspects and spoke to police are what helped investigators crack this case. Suspect Audrey Miller has a preliminary hearing scheduled for later this month. Tiffany Gray remains in jail in Prince George's County, awaiting extradition to the district. Both women are being held without bond.
Right.
Northwest, Bob Barnard, Fox 5 Local News.
That is absolutely crazy. Someone in the comments wrote, keeping someone's thumb to steal their money is effing insane. Okay, I hope this happens to more old men who sleep with little girls. He should be somewhere with his wife and family, but no, he's tricking off. It's a dirty business and it's a dirty game. My goodness. You know what? Someone typed first 48, I declare thumb war. You know, if it's true that this man was married, this is a disgrace. And what a way to get exposed. Oh my gosh. And these ladies, if it is true that they did take this man's life and stole his money by severing off his thumb and transferring money from his bank account, weird. Yeah, they definitely should be prosecuted to the fullest extent. I mean, what else is there to really talk about? That's sick. That's absolutely sick. And I'm gonna tell you something. You people who like to participate in lewd and lascivious acts, oh, you gonna get exposed one way or another. It's an unfortunate situation, but you know what they say? You play with fire and you're bound to get burned. Okay. All right, let's move it along. I want to talk about Uncle Eddie. Uncle Eddie is married, y'all. Okay. And he married Paige Butcher. You see her. You see what she looked like. And you saw what I wrote in the title. Okay. I want to know what you guys think about this. Okay. So congrats to Eddie Murphy and his fiance of 6 years, Paige Butcher. Did I say Butler? Butcher. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, they're officially married. Well, at least he made an honest woman out of her, right? 6 years as a fiance, huh? I wonder why now. I wonder if she is trying to have a baby. I don't know. I don't know. So the couple tied the knot on July 9th in Anguilla. That's nice. During a small private ceremony in front of family and close friends, according to People. The newlyweds share an 8-year-old daughter. Oh, okay. So he does have a daughter with her and a 5-year-old son, Max Charles. What do you guys think about this? I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know. I do know. I do know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. He married white. Yeah, y'all remember what Cat Williams said. Look what somebody put in the comments there. Someone wrote, does he claim the child he has with Mel B since he's claiming Karen here? I don't know. Does he? I don't know, man. Eddie, I know people like to say you can't help who you love and love has no color. I disagree. I believe that you can help who you love. And I do believe love has a color. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. This is great that, yes, I agree. Sagittarius D said, I was going to talk ish about it, but at least his family is together. This is true. That's absolutely positively true. But you had to get you a snow bunny, huh? Dr. Umar keep telling y'all about this snow bunny syndrome that y'all got. When are y'all going to shake off this snow bunny syndrome? Congratulations, Uncle Eddie Murphy. Congratulations. All right, let's move on. I want to talk about this for a specific reason, not because I'm trying to make a spectacle of these individuals. I think a lot of people have already done that. But I just want to know, I just want to know why is I had to pull up an old post. This was from January 28th, but I just wanted to pull it up just to show the picture who, for those of you who may not know who Miss Netta and Charles are. Miss Netta and Charles are a couple, I guess. They're internet personalities. Miss Netta is a man who dresses in drag, what's his biological name? Joe, I think it is. So the stage name or the persona is Miss Netta. Charles is supposed to be the husband figure. Again, they're internet personalities, and Miss Netta cooks for Charles. And the famous saying or line is, Charles, your lunch is ready. So Miss Netta is a character that appears to be like, a domestic, wife that cooks, cleans for her man and takes care of the household, yada, yada, yada. So that's the whole persona. What they do behind closed doors, I don't know, nor do I care. But what I do want to ask is, why is it that Netta and Charles get so much backlash? When I heard about them and them trending, I was not familiar with them at all until they became like a trending topic and people started making videos about them and talking about them. I said, let me look into these internet personalities that seem to be a couple, right? And looking back, Netta was someone who was not afraid to stick up. He was not afraid. I'm saying he because he identifies as a man. He says that he's a man. His name is Joe. And Miss Netta is just a personality, a social media personality. Anyway, so Netta was like jovial and seemed to want to create like a community on social media, on Facebook, and cooking food for Charles and showing off the food that he cooked for Charles and all that, like innocent, right? But then I see Netta turn into somebody that's cussing people out on social media, having drama left and right. I don't, what happened to Netta? What did y'all do to Netta? Why is it such a problem that Netta, who knows that he's a male, dresses in drag and likes to cook for his man and likes to play the wife, quote unquote, wife role? What's wrong with that? Right? I don't know. Like, what's wrong with that type of content? We see worse content circulating on social media that gets a lot of attention that is actually harmful. I My perception of Netta and Charles is that they are harmless. So why is it that they get criticized so much and they get talked about, dogged out? Netta is called ugly. Charles is called slow. They had some unique fashion choices and they just get eviscerated. They get torn apart. And I'm like, but what did they do to the people? Netta ain't do nothing but cook food for his man. I Now Netta is cussing people out. Netta has beef with promoters and managers. What happened? And I do understand that people are going to say, well, if you sign up to be a public figure, you open yourself to being ridiculed. I get all of that. But this just seems really like mean and hateful. Netta wants to wear makeup and feel like, he's a movie star dressing in drag. And Netta gets chewed out. I'm talking about talked about negative. It's wild. What did Netta do? Can y'all hear me? Oh. I said all of that and my mic was muted. Oh no. Can y'all hear me? I see the little thing vibrating. I done said all that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now we can. So y'all didn't hear nothing I said about Netta and Charles? Dang. I'm firing my IT guy tonight. No, that was me. I think I knocked something and it knocked my mic out. Man, I had some good points about Netta and Charles. Dang. Y'all didn't hear nothing I said about Netta? I heard the beginning of them. Oh, okay. I'm so sad now. Okay, let me try to let me try to let me try to go back. The question that I posed, right, is why does everybody hate Netta and Charles? Thank you for telling me that there was no sound. I was just looking off into the distance, just going in. Thank you though. Why what is the hate for Netta and Charles? Netta started out cooking for Charles, trying to build a community on Facebook, talked about things, wanted to have like a social media presence. All right, no harm there. All of a sudden now, they get a lot of popularity, not necessarily 100% for the right reasons. I think the reason why they became popular, a large part of the reason they became popular is because they were being made fun of. People looked at them as if they were a spectacle, and Netta was called ugly, Charles was called slow, and I just want to know, like, Netta is not doing anything different than a lot of people. Netta's biological name is Joe. Netta has said, I'm a man. I know that I'm a man. I'm not trying to be a woman. I'm not trans, even though people try to put the trans label onto Netta. He says, I'm a man. I'm a male. I don't identify with none of that LGBT, nothing, none of that. No labels. I respect that. But then you have people trying to force Netta to identify as this, that, or the other thing, whatever. Now Netta is cussing people out on social media. Appearances have been snatched back. He's getting into it with his manager. I don't like what happened. What is it that Netta and Charles have done to the people for them to be hated so bad? I understand internet personalities get hated on. I get all of that. But this just seems like a straight up, I hate you and I'm going to tear you down type of energy towards Netta. So, I mean, I went back and watched and kind of tried to see like the origin of Netta and Charles. I watched mildly. And I'm like, but Netta and Charles, they're not doing anything. They're not harming anyone. Netta cooks, Charles eats, they play video games, they talk to the people on the social medias. What happened? Why are they hated so much? I think it's because they are not what one would deem attractive. I think that's what it is. Because I've seen people who are absolute total idiots be liked by so many people. I just think that they're not liked because aesthetically they're not pleasing to some. But Netta and Charles ain't do nothing to nobody. So I don't get it. I don't know. There's a whole lot of double standards. There's a whole lot of I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. So let's see. Sagittarius Lee D says they're not the typical couple and people don't like that. Agreed. I agree. They're not the typical couple, but I've never gotten mean from Netta or Charles. Like, they're not gaslighting their viewers. They're not, from what I've seen, they're not begging their viewers or demanding that their viewers pay them. They're not insulting their viewers. Netta just wanted to come on social media and do like a little cooking segment for Charles. Your lunch is ready. And I don't know. I just see Netta turning into somebody, unless he was always this way, Netta turning into somebody who's becoming mean and always on the defense. And I understand because of all of the things that people are saying about them. And it's cruel. I know I sound cheesy or whatever, but it's not like either one of them are a-holes. And it's just so crazy how something so innocent, I get, or harmless, I should say, is now turning into something dark. And I don't know, it's wild to me. It's wild to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I can't believe my microphone got knocked out. I was in my bag when I was muted. Anyway, tell me what you guys think. And I'm not editing nothing out. Okay? We keeps it real over here in the Royal Palace. Okay. This story is sad. Okay? It's absolutely sad. And I don't wish any of this stress and drama on anyone. I don't. So Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, was rushed to the hospital. This story was posted yesterday on the Jasmine brand. After experiencing chest pains. And when I saw this, the first thing I said was, yeah, it's a lot going on over there. And Janice Combs is probably worried sick, understandably so, right, for her son. So the article reads, the mother of famed record exec Sean Diddy Combs is currently in a South Florida hospital due to chest pains. According to a report from TMZ on Wednesday, July 10th, Janice Combs was rushed to the hospital after making complaints about discomfort in her chest. Details on the cause of the pain are limited at this time. However, insiders claim that Janice Combs believes everything was triggered by stress over her son's ongoing legal trouble. She will reportedly remain at the hospital for at least another day as doctors work to ensure she feels better. This is sad. Look at girl, look at Mama Janice in her wig and her red lipstick. Okay. It said that Diddy was in Miami when the incident occurred and went to be by his mother's side with no hesitation, a source shared. He's her comfort in this. The health scare comes amid several lawsuits Diddy is facing for alleged SA abuse and trafficking. Yeah, I see it on the screen. He's also reportedly at the center of a federal criminal investigation in New York. So yesterday, I posted a video where I was going over an article that stated that Diddy was going to be, he could possibly be indicted. And I said, I'll believe it when I see it. I said, I'll believe it when I see it. I said, I think this is a great distraction. And then I also posted an article right after that about what's going on with Harvey Weinstein. Okay, because there are more people coming out even after he was charged. Anyway, and I said, I wonder how that will be blown up, like this Diddy situation is blown up. Now, am I saying that this situation should not be blown up as it pertains to Diddy? No, it should be. And he should have his chance to defend himself and prove his innocence if he is indeed innocent. But will he be facing a grand jury? I don't believe that whatsoever. Hey, welcome, welcome. So this is sad because I'm pretty sure that his mother has endured a lot over the years. A lot. We oftentimes don't really see her in the forefront of anything. She's not talking to the press, and I know Diddy is not gonna have his mama out there talking to no press. Okay, so she's not talking to the press. She's not doing interviews or anything like that. So she probably is, and she's an older woman. She's an older woman, and this is her only child, right? Diddy ain't got no siblings. I think, yeah, she is only child. Excuse me if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot going on, and I can only imagine how Diddy's temper is, because he seems like the type of guy that has a very, very bad temper. We've witnessed that on video, right, with his ex Cassie. So who knows what he is actually like, behind the scenes with his mother in front of his children, and she's probably worried sick. I don't know. This is all just crazy. It's all crazy. And then I saw this article. Okay, this is courtesy of the Neighborhood Talk, their Instagram page. When I was pulling my topics together, I seen this. Diddy reportedly told a Vibe editor in chief, Danielle Smith, that he would put her deceased body in a trunk of a car after a cover dispute. Wow. And, everybody's coming out now. The powers that be are no longer protecting Diddy, it seems, right? So it's just kind of like that's a no holds barred Diddy Fest, I guess, right? So the article reads, according to Rolling Stone, Combs was slated to be on the cover for the magazine's December 1997, January 1998 issue, pictured glowering at the camera over tinted shades with white angel wings, yada yada. Okay, great. So a few days before the issue went to press, Combs demanded to see the cover image, threatening to change it if he didn't like it. Smith, the editor from 97 to 99, refused, citing magazine policy against showing work pre-publication. Okay, so basically he wanted to see. I didn't read this. I just like kind of read the headline and thought, okay, this was a good time to bring this up, read it and talk about it. Do I believe that he did this? Do I know that he let me let me be responsible with my reporting here, okay? Do I know that he did or didn't do this? No. Do I feel like he did this? Yeah. Do I think he's doing something like this? Absolutely. Okay. I grew up during the bad boy era. And Wendy Williams, you guys know I'm a Jersey girl, and so is Wendy Williams. When I listened to Wendy Williams on the radio, she had no problem exposing Diddy and his shenanigans, and a lot of other entertainers and celebrities that are just things that are just coming out now that were reported back in the 90s. It's wild, right? Wendy's sources were airtight, and they were also credible, very credible. So Diddy had a reputation back then of being maniacal, somewhat of a maniac, right? So do I believe that he could have threatened her? Absolutely. He tried to threaten Wendy Williams when she outed him, it seems like, you know, seemingly outed him, his lifestyle choices. Yeah, he thought he was gonna run her up out of New York um for good. So yeah. I don't know. This is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. Let me see. Okay, so what ended up happening? With his posse, Combs showed up at Vibes. Yup, that sound like Diddy. At Vibes' office, demanding to meet Smith. Her colleagues quickly escorted her out, clutching the issue's pages. The next day, Combs called her, threatened her, and taunted that he knew her location. When Smith demanded he apologize for the threat, he laughed and said, F you. Oh. Smith then contacted her attorney, prompting Combs to fax an apology hours later. Days later, Smith said the magazine's servers, which stored all the pages for the upcoming issue, were stolen from the office. Let me tell you something. Diddy, back in the day, Diddy was a very powerful man, and it is because he had, in my opinion, he had the backing of the powers that be. Everyone knew in the industry, in the streets, Diddy had the streets, some street dudes in his back pocket. He was untouchable. And again, I think that that was because he was backed by the powers that be. Now, in my opinion, that he no longer wants to play the game with the powers that be, especially when he decided to sue that liquor distributor, Diageo. Now they removed his quote unquote protection, in my opinion. Right. And that's why we see his behavior has been atrocious for decades. Right. I remember hearing about this back in the day, like back when Biggie was alive. Like I said, I grew up in the bad boy era. During the bad boy era, I was a young teen. So you hear these stories about Diddy and his goons and how he don't play that and how he was violent. So now, one by one, all these stories are coming out. And although it is terrible, I think what's even worse is the people with money and quote unquote power, worldly power anyway. They condone this, they endorse this, and they allowed this to happen as long as Diddy was basically tap dancing and making his superiors money. They turned a blind eye and they didn't care. That's tragic and that's trash too. So let's see what else. Smith said that she had blocked out the harrowing incident mainly until two people reminded her, bringing back the gravity of the situation. The nauseating image of myself running and hiding from Combs with colleagues protecting me made me confront other things I'd possibly repressed about that feral and fantastic time in my life. Um, yeah. Yeah, see, people are coming out because Diddy is no longer protected, so they feel safe to tell their story. Yeah. Remembering a long time ago when Suge Knight said that there was a producer worse than him. And this person said they think that he meant Diddy. Whatever they say he did that ish. Okay. For real. And it's crazy. You know why? Because right now they could make up anything. They could say that Diddy was stealing stealing monkeys from the zoo and having them, I don't know, pack CDs in a box. I don't know, something crazy. And people be like, you know what? I could see him doing that. You know what I mean? So it's like, we don't know what's true and what's not, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Do I put it past him? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I agree these enablers need to be held accountable too. Yeah, that's see me, I don't want to say that's what I'm waiting on. But see this stuff right here, I don't want to be insensitive and say that it doesn't phase me. That's not what I mean. Get the big fish. Get the big fish. Diddy was allowed to do this. Yes, it's horrible that he would even want to do this, right? Diddy was allowed to do this. So I don't know. This is sad. This is absolutely sad. And then you got Mama Janice having chest pains. Lord, Lord. We don't know what the heck is going on. It's a sad situation. I'm telling you, sometimes some stuff just don't be worth it. And then there are other times that you just get wrapped up with people and they threaten you within an inch of your life and there's no turning back and you done, whether voluntarily or involuntarily, made a deal with the devil. It's all bad. It's all bad. Stay the heck away from me. Okay, speaking of jail, y'all, this was another story that popped up that I saw when I was gathering the information for the What the Friday show. Okay, let me ask y'all this. Raise your hand if you're tired of hearing about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. Lord, when the height of this drama, woo wee. I remember report after report after report. And then I've come to the realization a long time ago, but it applies to this. It doesn't matter what. You could have hard down evidence. It doesn't matter. If some people make up in their mind that they don't like you and they want to believe the worst about you, they will. Doesn't matter. Case in point, Jonathan Majors. Anyway, this ain't about Jonathan Majors. California Appeal Court rules that there is good reason to consider Tory Lanez's request for relevant evidence in connection to Megan Thee Stallion popping. Prosecution tried to oppose Tory's request. All right. Just that alone. We don't care. That sounds so insensitive because this man has a family. And his wife filed for divorce last month, don't you? Yep, she wants full custody of the kids. She doesn't want any of his money. She doesn't want alimony. She just wants to be divorced and be gone. Mm, mm, mm. I don't blame her. She got to move on and live her life. And she's young. With a child? She has to go now and make a way for herself because she cannot depend on Tory's money. I don't know if she did or didn't, but I'm just saying. So a California appeal court rules that there's a good reason. All right. So just because there's a good reason to do something doesn't mean that it should happen or that it is going to happen. Okay. So let's see what the article reads here. So if you recall, Tory was sentenced to 10 years in prison after he was found guilty of popping Megan Thee Stallion. Since then, he has desperately been trying to appeal the verdict. On June 21st, 2024, Tory filed a motion requesting relevant evidence under Penal Code Section 745, Subdivision D, meaning he's seeking specific evidence that could be favorable to his defense. On June 26, 2024, the prosecution filed paperwork opposing Tory's motion for discovery. However, the court decided that there was good reason to consider Tory's request for additional evidence to be used alongside his pending petition for writ of habeas corpus Christi whatever, okay? Which is where the appellate court decides if your detainment is lawful. Some people don't understand why he got such a big sentence, which leads me to believe that you don't know California law. You can look it up because I did. I don't live in California, but I did look up California's GUN laws, and I understand exactly why Tory got 10 years. Okay. It's a simple search. A simple search, a little bit of patience, reading, making sure you are reading from credible sources, a little bit of research. I understand why. But whatever, I'll let people believe exactly what they want to believe. Child, these type of updates always start the misinformation parade in the comments. Tory did, in fact, test positive for G-shot residue. Yada yada. This is the same thing over and over again that people are saying. I would love to read some more of the comments, but it's the same thing over and over again for years. I'm gonna tell you why Tory's in jail, because Tory put himself in jail. Okay. Whether I like Tory or not is irrelevant. Whether I like Megan or not is irrelevant. I can dislike or like someone, and I believe give my fair opinion. Okay. Tory Lanez was nothing but an idiot the entire time leading up to his trial. And I said this on Twitter. Make sure y'all following me on Twitter, she_Rhoa B, during this entire circus during his trial. If Tory indeed had people in his corner, he might just not have listened. He would not have been in violation of a restraining order. He who knows if he would have even been in jail. Tory Lanez made things worse for himself all by himself. And it's not even my opinion. It's based on exactly what he was doing. What am I talking about? He was not supposed to be anywhere near Megan Thee Stallion. This was prior to this trial, after the incident, but prior to the trial. He shows up at Rolling Loud when she was there. For what? You were not scheduled to be there. And those of you who've heard me give commentary on this is going to sound like a broken record. See, you trying to be funny. People always trying to be funny. The judge ordered you not to mention Megan Thee Stallion in any shape, form, or fashion on social media. You go all over your Twitter, calling her a drunk, calling her a whore, saying that she slept with this one, slept with that. So you just have no respect for authority. You think that you're untouchable and you can do what you want to do. You posted things like, save this tweet, because when I walk free, I'm gonna be innocent. Everything your lawyer at the time, shout out to Sean Holly, okay? She was his lawyer. She got this man 2 separate plea deals, which he turned down. All right, you want to turn it down? Then great. Only for you to get to your trial, to not take the stand and say nothing. Tory put himself in jail. I understand that a lot of people don't like Megan Thee Stallion. I get it. You don't have to like Megan Thee Stallion. I get it. Right? Some people don't like Tory Lanez. I get that. You can like and dislike whoever you want. But the fact remains that he was allowing internet idiots and his own stupidity hype him up to be a dummy and not move smart. You disrespected your lawyer. You tried to throw your lawyer under the bus. I'm glad that she removed herself from the case completely. I don't care how much fake research people do and try to twist the facts up. If you don't understand why Tory Lanez got 10 years, that lets me know that you have done no research. Look up the gun law in California. Tory got 10 years for what he did, because what he did was against the law. And I'm not even necessarily talking about popping Megan Thee Stallion. The whole night, the whole situation. But again, people always want to support and encourage stupid. Tory Lanez has been stupid throughout this entire situation. You were the ones that decided to go to social media and run your mouth. Megan ain't say nothing. It was you. You wanted attention. You wanted to be the main character. Well, here we are. And now you in jail fighting for your life. It's a shame. And you know the saddest part of all of this? Yes, the adults, they're adults. They were hurt. I get all of that. It was emotionally taxing, but they know how to cope with their feelings. You have a child that is now going to be wondering where you are. Why are you in jail? That goes to school with other children whose parents probably, I'm sure they talk. You left your seed out here, bro, all because you was trying to be funny. Dumb. Dumb. So a part of me feels sorry for him and a part of me doesn't. You're an idiot. You let people on the internet hype you up to be stupid. And where they at now? Are they taking care of your seed? Nope. And by the time you get out of jail, your son is probably going to be what, 17, 18 maybe? I'm going to tell you something. I guess the divorce is final. I don't know if it's fine. I don't know if it's final, but she filed for divorce. She going to move on and there's going to be another man in your child's life. And you can't blame nobody. You cannot blame anybody but yourself. You're the fool. Point blank, period. Tory ignored the courts and acted a fool. I'm telling you, dug his own grave. And like I said, this ain't got nothing to do with me liking or disliking Tory or liking or disliking Megan. I watched how he moved on social. The judge said, don't post about Megan. You posted about Megan. And it was funny. Some people found it funny. I said, yeah, them same people cheering you on, they're going to go right on about their business once you get locked up. You had the opportunity to take the stand. You had so much to say when you weren't supposed to say anything. And the opportunity, for you to say everything you needed to say in a court of law, in front of a jury and a judge, you had nothing to say. You didn't even take the stand. Foolish. And them lawyers, you think they care about after Sean Hawley, I believe, had his back. But after that, them other lawyers, they realized that he had money. Let's take him for everything he got. Fool. You have nobody to blame but yourself. And this ain't got nothing to do with, whether or not he did or didn't do it or what the motive was. And she stepped on glass and how you got popped and you out at the strip club. It has nothing to do with that. You should have played it smart and you didn't. You didn't. And you were laughing the entire time. You thought it was funny. Good luck. Moving along. Just stupid. Just dumb. Anyway, did you guys see this movie? Divorce in the Black. This is Tyler Perry's latest project. Okay. And it stars Megan Good. Okay. Corey Hardrick, however, I'm not sure exactly how you say his name. But he is the ex-husband of Tamara Mowry. And I started to watch his interview on The Breakfast Club and on YouTube. I didn't finish, but he did say that him and Tia are absolutely cool. He talked about his children in the first couple of minutes, how he wants to make sure everything is stable for his kids. And he talked about drawing inspiration from Ike Turner, Lawrence Fishburne, What's Love Got to Do with It, for this role. I will say this. The plot is pretty much redundant. It's a Tyler Perry movie. So you can only imagine this is a combination of every Tyler Perry movie or most Tyler Perry movies, most Tyler Perry shows conjured up into one. The acting is good. Megan Good, she did okay. Corey Hardrick, I haven't seen anything that he was in. So this is my first time, to my knowledge, seeing him act. He did a fantastic job. The individuals that play Megan Good's parents, they're great actors. I think what's the lady who plays her mom? Debbie Morgan. I think that's her name. And Lawson, I think, is it Robert Lawson? He was married to Tina Knowles. That's the gentleman that plays Megan Good's father in the movie. The first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, 10 minutes of the movie, insane. And it'll definitely keep you watching. That's the hook. That's what draws you in. The hook. If you write an essay, you have to have a hook to draw in the reader. Those first few minutes of this movie, I was not expecting it. I was cracking up at how unbelievable it was. So what do I rate the movie? I just rated Tyler Perry. No disrespect. I just think that the plot is redundant. The writing wasn't spectacular. The acting was good. He did a good job of choosing very strong actors and actresses. I will say that. It's a 2-hour movie. Honestly, that movie could have been 45 minutes. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it real. The movie could have been 45 minutes. Everything Tyler Perry does is trash. I'm telling you, it's like I've seen this plot before. I've seen this storyline. I've seen this character. But he is lucky that he has good relationships with people. Megan Good sat down with Shannon Sharp and she did an interview. I didn't get to watch it in its entirety either, but she said on other platforms while she was promoting the movie that Tyler Perry was very good to her. He paid her well and treated her like royalty. So I respect, as he should. Megan she's got skin in the game, right? That's what I'm talking about. When I tell you that I was laughing so hard, listen, spoiler alert, if you ain't see the movie, I'm about to spoil it. When they took that man out the casket, I said, what in the Tyler Perry is going on here? They took the man out the casket and put him in the back of a pickup truck. If you saw the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I couldn't believe it. I said, what in the Tyler Perry is going on here? Yes. Rated Tyler Perry. That's that's all I can say. When I tell you I was hysterically laughing. I had to rewind it back a couple of times because I'm goofy like that. Like, Tyler Perry, what in the world? What in the world? The plot was all over the place. The actors, I don't know. Like I said, they had good actors. The actors that he selected were good. But the plot itself, it could have been 40. Tell me I'm lying if you've seen the movie. That Tyler Perry movie could have been 45 minutes. Quite frankly, it could have been an Instagram post and a couple of stories. But shout out to the actors. Kudos to Corey Hardrick. He did very, very well. And it was good to see him acting. Like I said, I have never seen him acting in anything. And I was pleased. I was pleased. Even though his character was a menace, he did a good job. And there were parts where it kind of dragged on. And it was like, when I clicked and said 2 hours, what type of 2 hours? I thought, was there going to be commercials? 2 hours for what, Tyler Perry? Anyway, but congratulations to Megan Good and congratulations to Corey Hardrick and all of the other OG actors. I like the fact that, yes, I agree. It keeps Black actors paid. Yeah, especially the OGs. Remember, he had Cicely Tyson in the movie, whatever Tyler Perry movie it was that was on. I think it came on Netflix. Yeah, it was Netflix. And Felicia Rashad was in the movie, and her and her son were crazy. And then they had Cicely Tyson when she was alive. May she continue to rest in peace. She was the woman that was locked in the house or something like that. So, the fact that, and she was also in some of the one of the Medea movies. To me, they all are the same movie. That's why when I start talking about, or referencing a Tyler Perry movie, I have to talk about like the plot because I don't remember the names of the movie, So I do respect that he definitely keeps Black actors paid. And I haven't heard anyone say, even Taraji P. Henson has said plenty of times that Tyler Perry has treated her, like royalty. A fall from grace. Thank you. Thank you very much. A fall from grace. That movie was Tyler Perry looked like a Bernstein Bear. Well, he was a lawyer, or the lawyer girl's boss. Anyway, A Fall from Grace. That's exactly what the name of the movie is. Thank you very much. But yeah, so I respect him keeping actors paid. I do think that he definitely needs to hire good writers and a writing team. But even with his TV shows, I've reviewed what's it called? I call them the Great Value Girlfriends, Sisters. And I stopped reviewing that after a while because it was literally the same recycled plot line. Season 1, okay, then season 2 is like, all right, we see this. Season 3, this is the same plot line from season 1. After that, I was out. And I do think that he wants to be the only writer. Probably, I don't know, maybe for selfish reasons. Who knows why? But it would be good if he hires some writers, but he doesn't want to. So whenever Tyler Perry comes out with a project, I know what to expect. So um that, I'm telling you, if you haven't seen the movie, I won't spoil it too much. Just watch at least the first 20 minutes. But I'm pretty sure after you get past the first scene, the foolishness from the first scene, you're definitely going to want to continue to watch, because it's kind of like, so I guess mission accomplished for Tyler Perry, right? Because you're like, nah, this is ridiculous. Let me see how this is going to turn out. Even though the storyline is similar to other movies, it gave me a little bit of like Enough, and the movie with Beyonce, um where she's playing the wife that's attacking the woman who's trying to stalk her husband. I don't know, whatever that movie name is. So it kind of gives, that type of vibes. What's love got to do with it a little bit. So yeah, I guess mission. Now that I'm talking it out, mission accomplished, Tyler Perry. The objective is to keep people watching and to have people talk about it. And here I am talking about it, because the first few minutes of the movie is going to have you say, "Nah, I have to see how this turns out. What the heck Tyler Perry got going on?" Right? So there's that on that. Watch the movie, or if you're watching the replay and you did watch the movie, drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. All right, who's next up? I can't with Tyler Perry. Oh, I wanted to show some of the comments on Instagram, but for the sake of time, let me see. Hold on. Somebody said Corey Hardrick played that part like his life depended on it. I actually liked it, and Corey Hardrick is such an underrated actor. I'm telling you, he was good. I really liked his acting, and people were saying that his acting was extremely believable. And now, they're trying to wonder if he was like that toward Tia. Why do we do that as Black people? I do it too. So it's like, if someone is hey girl, hey, welcome. If someone is like for instance, uh on Girlfriends, to me, Tracy Ellis Ross will forever be Joan Carroll Clayton Esquire, right? Keisha Knight Pulliam from the Cosby Show will always be Rudy. Like, how we met these actors or actresses, we like their character name sticks with us. We'll forget their real name. Like Jaleel White is always going to be Steve Urkel, right? So, yeah, the movie it served its purpose. Mission accomplished, Tyler Perry. Mission accomplished. But Corey Hardrick definitely did a good job. Oh, this is up next, y'all. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick and tired of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 drama, and Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 ain't even, we don't have a premiere date. I hear they're filming and it ain't airing yet. I'm over it. I'm absolutely positively over it, right? So Fallon, uh whatever her last name is, this is Simon Guabadia's ex-wife, Fallon Pena. It's right there in front of me. She seemingly calls Portia a licensed prostitute. I listened to it. It's on spiritual word. I thought about playing it, but then I said to myself, no, because this might be copywritten content, and I don't have any time to trim this already long video to have to put it back up again. Not interested. All right. So she basically she said that she's a licensed prostitute. So the people in the comments were saying that Fallon has what, 4 or 5 kids, 4 kids by 4 different men. I don't understand why she's even still talking about Portia. Why are you still talking about Portia? You're not with Simon anymore. You and Simon didn't have any children together, right? Am I tripping? How many years ago was that? Portia is now going through a divorce with Simon. Unless you're coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, we don't care if you call Portia a licensed prostitute. We don't care about anything that you have to say. I just think that's corny. That's just me. All right, let's. I'm over Fallon. I never cared for her. Anywho, so Portia and Simon are both childish. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. This divorce is getting nastier and nastier. At first, I thought, oh, they're trying to drum up drama for the show. Now, I don't even care if they're going through this in real life or if they're doing it for the show. If they are doing it for the show, it's turning me off. I don't even care. Y'all let me know when Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 start because I don't even care anymore. Okay. So Portia posted a story to her IG on her IG. You know, she dead wrong for this. And she had the letters ED and it was the laughing emoji, I think it was. So everyone put two and two together and they realized that she was laughing at the fact that she's accusing Simon of having erectile dysfunction. I thought that was so low down and cold, right? So Simon took to his social media, and I thought that he was more of a distinguished gentleman, but his Instagram, he's always engaging in the foolishness. He is just as petty as most of the women on the cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Give Simon a peach at this point, right? So he said the narrative has arrived. Erectile dysfunction. The narrative changed from imminent deportation and fleeing the country to Dubai to broke and selling luxury cars, waiting for the next narrative. Hashtag story keeps changing. I thought that this was funny as heck. If you watch Housewives of Atlanta, then you know exactly what he's referencing. This quote unquote railroad, quote unquote 265-day just does not get it. He's talking about Portia. Remember seasons ago where Portia thought that the underground, mind you, her grandfather, was it her great grandfather or her grandfather, was a civil rights activist. Portia thought that the Underground Railroad was an actual railroad, like with train tracks and a train. That's number one. Number two, Portia was trying to say, in another instance, Portia was trying to say 365 days in a year, but she said 265 days in a year. So Simon, that's interesting. This is clever. Is Simon writing these captions? Simon ain't writing these captions. I just thought about it. I don't think he's writing these captions. Anyway, he goes on, there are consequences for making inflammatory and defamatory statements. Get your coins together. You're going to need every dime to defend what's coming. A woman that has a history of coming for the manhood of every ex, peddling same old narrative and tricks. Unfortunately, you met the right one. Simon, you met the right one. Simon ain't writing these captions. It just dawned on me because I don't normally report on them because it's just so petty and ignorant. Simon is not writing these captions, y'all. He ain't. He ain't. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. But wait, there's more. He goes on to post erectile dysfunction, also refers to as impotence, is a form of sexual dysfunction in males characterized by the persistence or recurring inability to achieve or maintain a penile erection with sufficient rigidity and duration for satisfactory sexual activity. It is the most common sexual problem in males and can cause psychological distress due to its impact on self image and sexual relationships. Simon is definitely coming for Portia, especially with this. He's basically trying to build a case that you are causing him psychological and emotional distress by making these defamatory and inflammatory comments. Rhoa is so fake. They're at this point, they're so desperate. It'll never be what it once was. All right. So let's read the actual caption that Simon wrote that I don't think he wrote. I find the vilification and lack of empathy in our community for people with erectile dysfunction, also known as ED, Because remember, Portia in her story posted ED with the laughing emojis. He goes on to say, uh, as extremely low vibrating and distasteful. There are real families dealing with a dilapidating, devastating effects of this. Sound like a lawyer wrote this. I don't know why I thought Simon really be this petty. I don't think Simon's writing this. Anyway, with the dilapidating, devastating effects of their quality of life. If I suffer from ED, I would hope that my friends, family, and community would not use my condition as a source of entertainment. Someone found it ex- expedient to use the condition for their own selfish reasons to take attention away from their own conduct, which in time will play out like everything else in life. For those suffering with this condition, I empathize with you. Your condition should not be a source of entertainment or vilification. You know what? Somebody said to think of it, ED can be anything in the context of what the writer intends it for. To be honest, it could be executive director, eating disorder, enforcement. Oh my God. Encyclopedia Dramatica. I'm done. Who is this? You a lawyer? That's a good point. Portia did just put ED. Okay, so we don't know what the ED could stand for education. It can stand for executive director. So I don't know, Simon. Are you telling on yourself? Simon is too sassy for me. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that he's writing them captions. Notice Kim and her husband has been right. Kim and her husband has been quiet lately. Are they divorced? They wasn't picked up for the storyline. If he allegedly has ED, I'm not surprised. So he's admitting to ED or not. Exactly. Like, this is what I'm saying. I don't know. I just didn't peg Simon as this type of guy to play these tacky internet games. I didn't. He's a man of a particular age. I know you can't put anything past anyone. So it's kind of like he's trying to shame her for making fun of ED without really telling us if he has ED or not. You know what I mean? Trying to play on people's emotions. Simon ain't writing them captions, y'all. He ain't. It just dawned on me. I stopped reading, like, going to his page and reading his stuff. Or even if his stuff pops up, I bypass it because I am following him, right? But I don't know. I had him pegged completely differently. Mm, mm, mm. Well, I'm really tired of the housewives. I don't even care. Kenya Moore hair care is no longer in Sally's. He telling his story behind the story, right? That's what it would seem like. Oh God. And here we thought Peter deserved the peach. Simon has taken give Simon the entire peach tree if he's writing these captions. I'm telling you, I have a strong feeling that he ain't. But yeah, he's not backing down. I saw Portia. Let me see if I could pull it up. I was gonna pull up Portia's page. She is so petty. How did it all go wrong so quick? But let's be honest. Did you guys think that this was even real? I didn't. I most certainly did not. Let's see what Portia posted. Uh, I thought she must have changed the caption. I thought she said something else. Live, love, laugh. Have an awesome day, Peace Squad. Outside. Oh yeah, she was saying that there's music playing in this. She was saying that she's back outside. Look at Portia. Girl, you a mother. You are a mother. I do not care about Housewives of Atlanta. I just don't. It's too much foolishness. It's too much foolishness. I didn't. Nope. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. Are y'all gonna watch? I don't care. Y'all let me know when it's back on. Somebody will tag me or something or message me. Let me know. I don't even care. I don't. It's whack. I don't care if Kenya comes back. Now there was talks. I talked about this early this week. There was talks about Portia. I mean not Portia. Phaedra Parks negotiating a contract to return. If Phaedra returns, I'd be interested in that. I'd be interested in seeing Phaedra come back just because, like, and Sheree too. Sheree got to come back. She likes to keep stuff going. And then we have the newbies, the new people or what have you. So I don't know. Who is this? Look at this, y'all. I'm just on IG. This is Emily B. Looks like Emily B was outside having a time last night. You guys know who Emily B is? Fab's girl. Well, she's single now. Emily B shares that she's single while responding to comments who asked about Fabulous.
No, there's no tea. Y'all need to start asking about Fab. Oh my God, I know y'all want all this tea. Yeah, me and Fab are good. Amazing. No, there's no tea.
Y'all amazing. That man knocked your tooth out. What do you mean y'all amazing? Girl, bye. Y'all can have it. I wish it was more authentic. I miss your reviews on Rhoa. I used to have so much fun, man, reviewing Housewives of Atlanta. I didn't review any other Fab's former punching. Oh, so this one, what do you mean you good? We're in a good place. Girl. And she went back to him and became pregnant after he physically assaulted her. One of the many times that he physically assaulted her. I remember she had a beautiful baby shower. I remember reporting on that years ago. The baby shower was absolutely beautiful, but the circumstances was sad. And I remember specifically saying, why the heck would you want to bring a child into this level of dysfunction? That's selfish as hell. And I still feel the same way. But she said that her and Fab are good. Whatever that means. Whatever that means. All right, what else is going on? I'm trying to think if I missed anything. We done talked about Diddy, and we talked about his mother. We wishing his mother a speedy recovery. I can only imagine what's going on behind the scenes in Diddy's house. Where are his twin girls? I haven't seen them post in a very long time on their social media. Oh my gosh. I'm just scrolling on Instagram, y'all. Portia says that she's working to get Phaedra back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I really want Phaedra to find her way back home. I try to believe there's enough of Phaedra to go around. I remember seeing that. She has music playing in the background of that live that she did. You was late to the... No, not Diddy. You was late to Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. What did I put in the title? Please, Lord, don't tell me I put Diddy. Oh, okay. Eddie Murphy married white. Let me pull it back up. Hold on. I'm glad I didn't close this out. Here you go. He done married white, girl. This was his fiance for 6 years. They got 2 kids together, and they tied the knot in Aruba last month or earlier, like last week. Excuse me. So I was asking, what y'all think about Diddy? Not Diddy, Eddie marrying white. His poor baby mother, now she has to deal with Diddy on a full-time basis. Yeah. Yep. That's so sad. Child, people ain't right in the head. Yeah, child. He done married white. I forgot who it was that mentioned in the chat, like, at least his family is all together. Like he has, Eddie has a lot of kids. So I will say that it appears that that he, as the man, is creating a tight family unit. Who is it? This is what I like. I like just sitting on live talking to y'all like I'm talking on the phone, like not anything structured. What I was gonna say is it Eddie Murphy's, how it go? Eddie Murphy's son is dating Martin Lawrence's daughter, right? And wouldn't that be something if they get married? If you don't know, Martin loves, he for lack of a better word, idolizes, but he really admires and always has admired Eddie Murphy. What that wedding would be off the hook if they get married. So, yeah, Eddie Murphy's son is dating Martin Lawrence's daughter. That is, if they get married, that wedding would be insane. Yeah. And who else? I'm trying to make sure that there was nothing else that I wanted to talk about. I think I got everything. I got the Tyler Perry. We talked about Miss Netta, even though my mic went out and I was here just going in. Thank you again to y'all who told me that the sound was out. I think that's it. I don't see anything else. I'm not talking about anything political. I do enough of that in real life. I can't. I'm just not interested. What's this? I'm just scrolling on Instagram real quick to see what's what. But yeah, if you're not in the live and you're watching the replay, drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. What else is going on? Nothing, it seems like. Nothing that I want to talk about. That's about it. Child, Diddy mama is in the hospital, y'all. Lord have mercy. You think he gonna sacrifice her? See, I'm gonna be okay. Forgive me. I'm gonna be honest. When I read that she was in the hospital, the first thing I said is, you better not sacrifice your mother. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm being so honest with y'all. The first thing. Hopefully they will get married soon. Martin looks like he's not. I know, right? And he did say that. Did you guys see Bad Boys 4? If so, what did you think about it? He did say Martin did. He acknowledges that people were concerned about his health, and he says that there's nothing wrong with him, and he's perfectly fine. But to me, I hope I'm wrong. To me, based on his physical appearance and his speech, he might have had a stroke. I think I remember hearing that years ago. Oh, if you guys didn't catch one of my hot topics video from the week, Martin Lawrence is producing. It's being reported that he's producing a prequel to the Martin Show, which will basically talk about, or basically cover, I should say, or showcase Martin prior to becoming, the Martin Payne that we knew on the show Martin. So it's supposed to be like, you see what they did with Bel Air, how they turned Fresh Prince of Bel Air, which was a 30-minute sitcom, into like a 1-hour show, and it's become a series. I think that's what they're planning on doing with Martin. I don't know. And I said, I don't know if you didn't catch that video. I said, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because it could either be really, really good or really, really bad. And if it's really, really bad, I'm still going to watch, because I'm a huge Martin supporter, fan, whatever you want to call it. And if he is involved in it, he's going to be executive producing it. I'm definitely going to support and watch. Yep. So yeah, that's in reference to Martin and Eddie Murphy's kids. Yep. That would be crazy if they got married in a good way. Listen, you can't put anything past an industry weirdo. I lied to you not. The first thing that I thought when I seen Sister Janice was in the hospital, I said, now Diddy, you better not sacrifice your mama. He sacrificed Biggie allegedly, and I still ain't over that. Let me see if I can pull up the article. I know it was on the Jasmine brand about the Martin prequel. How would y'all feel about that? I don't know. You see, remember when they were trying to bring back they were asking for a reboot of Martin, and I said I just don't think it's a good idea, because people are going to have, those of us who've come to love Martin, we're going to have an expectation of it being like the old Martin. Here it is. Martin Lawrence set to produce Martin prequel drama series. And even though Martin reposts everybody on Monday, Martin reposted my post 2 times on Twitter. See, that's why y'all need to be following me on Twitter. Okay, I reposted something that it was a Shanae video, and I think the other one was, I think they both were Shanae videos. And I did take a screenshot that showed that Martin Lawrence reposted you. Okay, so I was feeling myself that day. I was excited. But yeah, this is I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. And yeah, this was originally reported by Deadline. It didn't give a date. Look at Martin looking sharp. This is an old picture. There was no date as to when, but again, they reference Bel Air. I haven't seen Bel Air, but everyone that I know that watches Bel Air says that it is good. So how do y'all feel about a Martin prequel? I wasn't excited about a Martin reboot, to be honest with you, because I said to myself, no, they went out seemingly on top, even though there was a huge scandal that caused, because of Applehead, that caused the show to end. I don't think that after all these years they should even consider bringing the show back, especially because Tommy is no longer with us, right? So it just I think that Applehead wanted to revive the show, to be honest, in my honest opinion, for financial gain. I think because she was going through a lot financially, so she thought like, yeah, let's like, do a reboot. And I'm glad that Martin like didn't let it happen. I'm glad, because it's like, it just wouldn't have been good. I say let it be with the show. It's such a classic. Yeah, I know. Because those of us like me, I'm going to have an expectation. I can't explain what my expectation will be, but if the expectation is not met, I'm going to be like, the show is trash. I don't want to have to rate it Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that to Marty Marr. I'm here for the prequel. I'll watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it. Even if it's horrible, I'll still watch it. And I maybe force myself to like it. But I'm interested to see how this is going to work, how this is going to pan out. So shout out to him. Oh, while I got y'all in here, right? What do you guys think about when I tell you I don't see it for Will Smith. I don't care for him. Will Smith wants his Oscar ban lifted because he feels, hey, I'm bringing in money. Bad Boys 4 is a box office smash. So this is according to sources, though, by the way. He wants his Oscar ban lifted. Now, I did talk about this in the previous video, the last Hot Topics video. But now that you guys are here, I'm curious to hear what you think. Do you think that the ban should be lifted? I said absolutely not. I said you embarrassed. I still feel you embarrassed. He embarrassed Chris Rock for no good reason. I don't care what anybody says. My opinion is, if we go around slapping people just because they say something that we don't like, everybody will be slapping everybody all day. Where is the accountability, one? Where is the self-control? Okay. And where is the maturity? You're a grown man with grown children. And because a comedian made a joke, not even insulted, but you know what? I wasn't on the receiving end of the joke, so I can't tell Jada how to be offended. I will say that. But I just do not feel that, to me, it warranted you being physically violent. Chris Rock was not a threat to you, Will Smith, or Jada. And then what ticked me off even the more is they allowed this man to go up and accept the Oscar that he won for King Charles, the movie. And he got up there crying. And I just know he should have been escorted out of the building. But again, I guess Will Smith's so-called squeaky clean image, and he's likable by a lot of people. People pick and choose who they extend grace to. I just don't feel like you should result to being physical, especially when it's two adults. You know what I'm saying? If it's protecting children, I get all of that. You as a black man humiliated another black man in front of millions of people. I said in my video also, who's checking on Chris Rock? How is Chris Rock doing? His brother Tony Rock has been vocal. It's been reported that Will Smith apologized. I don't recall seeing Will Smith issuing an apology. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but I ain't seen it. And quite frankly, if he did issue an apology, I probably wouldn't be in no rush to watch it. What you should do is you should actually apologize in front of Chris Rock and in front of millions of people, the same way you humiliated him. And I just don't think, if this is true, if he's definitely requesting to have this ban lifted, I don't think it should be. Absolutely not. You remember when him and his wife protested against the Oscars, right? Oscars so white, remember that? And they were encouraging black people, excuse me, not to go to the Oscars. No, they shouldn't even let you accept that award that night. Oh, dummy. Mm-mm. All right, that's it. I don't see nothing else. I'm just kind of rehashing certain things that I talked about. Okay. I always be wanting to talk. This is so crazy. I'm definitely in the right field. I want to show y'all this. I can't play the music because it's copywritten content. Wait, hold on. Let me go back. If I got pimp slapped, there's no getting over that. Right. He should stay banned for a lifetime. He should. Forget 10 years. And then how arrogant are you to say, well, I'm bringing money in. Well, that's what the source said. The source said that Will Smith is somebody who's bringing money in, so he should definitely be banned. I don't care. You humiliated Chris Rock. Chris Rock ain't do nothing to you. Anyway, I don't even like Will Smith like that, to be honest with you. Look, y'all. This is Reminisce, aka Remy Ma. That dress is cute. Now the lyrics, I'm just not used to this, Remy. Look at it, just looks weird, right? Am I the only one that sees this? What's happening to Remy? If y'all hear the lyrics, I'm not used to Remy rapping like that. I'm just not. Somebody says she's scared. Oh, Jay Nadash says she scares me. Like, what is she rapping? Right. If y'all go to the shade room and listen to the lyrics, it's like, huh? This looks like a woman trying hard to be feminine. Just be you, babes. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like that song that she has with Connie Diamond. I think it's dope that she is collaborating with an underground or up and coming artist like Connie Diamond. But the lyrical content is weird. This just doesn't, it's just, Remy, what's going on? Right. Please. Reminisce. Little Reminisce, come get your mama. Are her and Papoose like done? Are they over? Does anybody know? Do you guys care? Oh, I do too. I like Remy because she was a lyrical beast, but the sexualization, it's, I know this is good. Me and Remy are basically, I think Remy's like a year or two older than me. No more than 3 years older than me. Girl, you too old for this. Sorry. You too old to be talking about popping your coochie, talking about your box and what you want men to do. You are too old for that. And I know that sounds ageist, but Reminisce and I are basically the same age, give or take 2 or 3 years. We the same age. No, ma'am. This is not how you were introduced into the music industry. This is not how I was introduced to you. And I understand you might be in your soft girl era, but girl, the lyrics, it's not even the look, because she looks very nice here. It's a little bit risque compared to her older outfits, but it's not bad. It's just the lyrics. Y'all have to listen to what she rapping about. It's like, what? It's very much cringe. I do like Remy, but that ain't it. This looks like a woman who is like waiting to exhale. Good God, what happened? And anybody check on Papoose? Where is Papoose? All right, let's see. What's one? Oh God, have y'all been watching that Auntie podcast? I haven't. It's terrible. All right, it's nothing else on here. Nothing else that I want to talk about. Yeah. Okay, this is the last thing, and then I'm leaving. because it's 11:06 where I'm at on the Eastern time. Hold on, y'all. Look. What do y'all think about this? If you don't know, if you're uncertain of who this is Serena Williams. Okay? You know why I think that she is using this is a gorgeous dress. She looked nice at the ESPYs, it's ESPYs, whatever it's called. The award show. It was yesterday. Glorilla was there too. Um yeah, listen, I agree. Who are our little girls gonna look up to? You got 50 and 60-year-old women like Tokyo Tony showing her box to the game. You know what? I don't got mad all over again. This is a gorgeous dress. Her hair looks great. Her arms. I want my arms toned up like that. I got to do to get my arms toned up like that. Yeah, I have to do push-ups. Because if that's the case, forget it. And I know that she received a lot of her hair looks great with that gown. She's a fashion girl. I like Serena. But people have been criticizing her lately because of her makeup. They're saying that her makeup artist needs to be fired and who is beating her face, and does it look like she looks like she's bleaching her skin? What's happening? You know who I blame? All the people who used to call her a man, who used to say she looks like a man, people who used to have such harsh things to say about her and treated her poorly. So much so that it possibly, I'm not saying that this is the case, possibly could have caused her to be extremely self-conscious. And you know, sis is married to a Wahite man. Anyway, so I think that her being scrutinized so much and the things that have been said about her has caused her to I don't want to say self-hate, but caused her to alter her appearance. You know, when you look at people like Little Kim, who talked about the insecurities that she had, um, it caused her to alter her appearance. I understand that she says that she was in an abusive relationship and her nose was broken and she had reconstructive surgery, but the skin bleaching, I mean, what do you have to say for that? You know, it's obvious, Little Kim, that you bleached your skin into oblivion. And it's a shame because when I look at older pictures of Little Kim, it's like, you know, we see one thing, but she obviously saw something else, you know? So she looks absolutely stunning here though. But I have seen pictures of her where it's like, is she intentionally wearing lighter makeup so that people can talk about her? Is it that she doesn't understand? And her being a fashion girl, I don't believe that she doesn't understand. Is she undergoing skin bleaching and it just looks weird with the makeup? But she looks fabulous right here. Yep. Beautiful. The hair, the earrings, the dress shape, color, the blonde. I like all of this. This is really nice. Her makeup looks really good here though. But if you look at older pictures of Serena, you will see a significant difference. So I would not be surprised if maybe a year or two from now, uh, she looks like a very light, bright, damn near white version of herself, arms included. Okay, because you know sometimes they bleach the face and the neck, and the arms look like your original color. So the arms is going to be bleached too because they look a little light. Maybe it's the lighting. I love this dress. This dress is so fire. I would love to know what material that's made out of. It's a dramatic change, but she is happy and she looks good. She does look good. Now I've seen sis looking like that foundation don't match, girl. I think that she might be bleaching her skin. And it's a shame. I'm not dogging her out for it. I really, because I remember when Venus and Serena were coming up and they were all the rave. I remember the things that they used to say about these girls, and it is so effed up. I remember in interviews that father used to turn up on them interviewers, and I used to get my life because the way he used to go hard for his girls, I loved it. And they called that man crazy. They called him aggressive. They accused him of abusing his daughter. I remember all of that. I was fascinated with these two sisters, literally and figuratively, tearing it up on the tennis courts. So I remember the things that they said about Venus and Serena, and I'm telling you, they're horrible. And I don't know. You marry who you want these days, right? But she looks fabulous. All right. I ain't got no more. That's it. Okay. I stayed a little bit over for my homegirl. Okay. Shay Boogie. I know you rolled in late. You can always go back and watch the replay. But I enjoyed this. I wasn't on last week. Last week, when I tell you Walmart delivery had me so hot, y'all. Ooh, I was so ticked off that I just ended up, when you were little, you ever get so mad that you just like go to sleep because you're just so ticked off? I felt like a little kid throwing a temper tantrum. I had everything all lined up and ready. And last week, Friday, I had everything delivery lined up. Child, Walmart delivery messed me all up, and I was so irritated. I was all right by Saturday. I got over it. But in the moment, because it was unexpected, ticked me off. So I was just like, I'm going to sleep. So that's what I did. But hopefully, I will be consistent. Okay. If you're new here, welcome. To my OGs, thank you for showing up for me. Usually, see, I'm going to keep using that usually every Friday, 9:15, 9:30-ish. I'm going to be going live, and we're going to be discussing all the shenanigans that took place during the week. Some stuff will be things that I've already talked about, and then whatever else pops up. Okay. So this was cute. I'm glad that you guys were able to make it and hang out with me. I hope you guys have a fantastic, safe, and drama-free Friday and an even safer weekend. All right. Don't y'all go out there doing nothing crazy. All right. Because most of y'all got to go to work on Monday. Okay. So don't do nothing crazy. No, but all jokes aside, thank you so much for rocking out with me on this late Friday night. I am tired. I'm going to take my contacts out. Okay. And I'm going to brush my teeth and go to bed. Literally. All right. It's been a long, long day. All right. So if you're watching the replay, if you made it to the end, thank you so much. Share your thoughts in the comments. Share the video. Pay your admission fee. You still have time by liking the video. Okay. Thank you guys for showing up. I had fun. Let's do this again next week. Hey, and don't forget to go back and watch the other videos. Anything that y'all missed this week. Okay. All right. Thanks in advance. All right, y'all. Good night. I love you for watching. And as always, I will talk to you later.